would certainly try to make him enjoy it.
And how would you go about doing that?
I thought it'd be a night like any other. I'd fall asleep with my hat over my face and whiskey on my breath. But when my gal Friday Dolores strolled through the door, I knew I had trouble. People only asked for my help when they were all out of options. And as she told me the story, I knew that's all there was going to be. Trouble. The head honchos at MGM need a new picture idea. And who best to go to than a down-on-their-luck ex-detective and new local gumshoe. Took less than an hour driving around my old heap to assemble the three mooks sitting here before me. My informants. The best of the worst. Daniel Newkirk. They call him Fighting Irish. Cody Dietrich. They call him the Sweet Life. Adam Tipton. Besides clown and chump, they call him Banjo. Now, boys, we need to pitch a film. A mystery. Something to make the dough so we can quit this life and go live someplace where there's not always jazz music playing and it's black and white all the damn time and rainy. Don't argue with me, Adam. Just forget it. It's Previously On. Hello and welcome to Previously On.
I have never been more erect. Holy shit. That was amazing.
Thank you.
Wait, so Fighting Irish was Rudy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, why was I Banjo?
Sweet Life.
Sweet Life. Cody was originally going to be Iron Eyes Cody.
I don't get it.
He's like the quintessential Native American character that was played by a Sicilian man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
Daniel was originally going to be Daniel the Tiger from Daniel Tiger.
Yeah.
The kid show. And then I couldn't think of one for you. So
Prince Adam from He-Man and the Master.
I didn't want to give you one that you liked.
Oh, okay.
Adam Banjo is apparently a character from the Devil's Rejects.
Oh, Adam Banjo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I was thinking Banjo and Kazooie.
No. So yeah.
What was Banjo and
Kazooie.
No, that's all I can think of. But no,
Banjo and Kazooie.
the band in Devil's Rejects. It was is it Banjo and Sullivan?
I thought it was Rob Zombie.
No,
He was the director.
Yeah.
Oh, so
They
he didn't
have-
use it to promote his own music?
It's usually frowned upon.
So
Unless you're M. Night Shyamalan.
so
and put yourself
Or
in
you're,
that movie.
the songs within Devil's Rejects that Banjo and Sullivan had were "I'm Out Getting Hammered While She's at Home Getting Nailed" and "Cock Soup" or "Cock Salad." Sorry, excuse me.
That's a great name.
Dick Soup, Cock Salad.
So welcome to Previously On, a damage control podcasting show. Previously on, my family-friendly planetary friendship movie
This is bullshit. I
defeated
won.
Adam's sexual predator under panty raid, and Daniel's what's a good alliteration? Dice. I can't think of something.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons dice. I couldn't think of anything good. One. So the prompt this time around is you all mooks need to pitch me a mystery style, hopefully in the noir genre. I'd say neo-noir, but I didn't want Cody to come up with like a Matrix mystery show and get all confused. Nothing? I hate you, Adam. Yeah. So who's going first?
All right. Well, we should probably clarify that whoever wins gets to pick the next topic for the next episode.
Oh, they know that.
Yeah.
They know
You're
that.
right.
First time listeners
Our audience,
know that.
our audience,
They would have been
smart.
so-
They know how it goes.
It doesn't matter. I already explained that. You were just too turned on by my intro.
That's
They just-
fair.
That
They
was a
just
good.
Keep listening to the intro. They go back and just listen to the intro.
Like, I mean, no intro will ever be as good as that intro will be now.
Damn right.
Is that a challenge? Because I'm
All
not going to meet
bend the knee.
I am.
I'll bend more than the knee.
Damn right you will.
We always have to bend the knee. That's
I want
how
you
short
to
you are.
lay on the sunroof so I can be like a thirsty gerbil.
You're going to need to get real tall real quick for that to work.
I'll sit on Adam's shoulders.
Who's going first?
I don't know. Any takers who wants to go for it first? Dolores, coffee. Everyone, coffee.
Deborah.
Coffee.
Deborah.
No, it's Dolores now.
Dolores now? Did we change assistants
Yeah.
already?
Yeah, because
Right.
Deborah never answered.
God, the turnover in that position.
It's all the sexual harassment.
Debbie, let's be
tried-
honest. Debbie
we
was
tried
just
a-
a set of tits.
Oh,
Well, and we tried a Steven, but he got really uncomfortable really quick.
that's true.
Mostly because we did
Coffee?
this show in the nude.
Coffee. Gangbang.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
So, Cody, go first.
All right, fine. If you're pushing me.
I am.
All right. We start 1950s. We are in a not giant city, but not little either. So it'd be enough to be where they'd have the workings of just getting in streetcars and stuff like that into the city, but not quite there yet. Almost to the point of where, like, do we even need streetcars? Cars are more advanced now. It'd be in that turn of the century thing where technology has outpaced some technology.
Wait.
You said 1950.
Yeah, is it
Yeah.
turn of the century
Yeah.
or mid-century?
Yeah.
That's just it. Nobody knows.
Yes.
So-
Turn of the century, 1950s.
A lot of the people
Post
in
World War
charge-
II, before the cars come about.
So it's Gotham where people have cell phones, but then they're also driving 1970s
And they're
cars.
using Tommy guns.
Yeah.
Okay. All
All
right.
But no, the idea that I had of a city is a city that is trying to, that felt like it was trying to catch up to a world that's already outpaced them.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So they're getting in like institutions. So while it looks old timey and like they're thinking oh yeah, we finally caught up to the big cities, but no, they're already in the dust again. But they've already too far along in the construction to stop in the tracks.
I'm with you. I'm
What's
with you.
wrong with these people in this town?
It's New
There are
Jersey.
people trying to
They put
aspire
Cody in
to
charge.
living into like, oh, this is going to be the town of the future. But the future is already 50 years ahead of them.
Gotcha.
Yeah, see, it's 2000.
Yeah.
I'm doing hyperbole.
What about me, boss? Me, boss. Me, boss.
We start with an old widow. You don't see my hand gestures because that is part of the case. Old Lady Rutherford has been hired the PI detective Felix Faust. No relation, nothing to do with horror, just happened to be his
Is it-
name. He actually
That's a shame.
chose it because it thought it'd make him sound things, so it's not even his real name.
Second cousin to Quiver Fletcher.
Yeah.
Quiv Fletcher.
Oh, my bad.
She has been investigating for he has been investigating for years now of trying to locate where her husband went.
He is a very bad detective.
Right. And so for years now, he gets closer and closer. Every few months, he brings in the next piece of evidence of, okay, I think I found that like the trail's a little cold. That's why it's taken so long. So on and so forth. He's bringing in like, I think he gotten bad at the mob, but the mob is pretty big in the town, so I got to go slow or else I lose my own neck. And for months, turn into years. It's approaching a decade of time that this guy is working this case. And this entire time, she's been paying this guy to do it in every few weeks, months. He brings in the next piece of evidence. And eventually it gets to the point of, what's going on here? Like, so obviously he's had to find something now. Like, the butler decides to hire an investigator of his own.
Rutherford's butler.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ruth Rutherford's butler. So he hires a new up-and-coming PI that just recently came to the Everett. He was a big shot in a bigger city, but he lost.
So he was a big dick.
He was a big dick in a bigger city. Now he's in a little city.
Now he's a little dick because of the cold pool.
And like I was saying, so he gets hired. He's having to deal with all this trauma he has from his last case because he beefed it the last case he did it in this big city.
Dick beefed.
Lost the child, fell from a roof in the rain. Oh God! So he had to move, but the only thing he knows how to do is dick.
Cody was so proud of himself on that one.
Why was a child on the roof in the rain?
Well, last action hero.
to get some dick.
No, he was tracked down the kidnapper, and then the kidnapper fell off the roof of the child and wasn't able to save the child. Flat.
What is up with you hurting Daniel's table?
I'm sorry.
He doesn't like this table, so he's just out to
What
break
do you
it.
mean I don't like it?
It's probably because you guys switched spots.
That could be part of it. We're not in the same spots.
No. Have I ever said I dislike this table?
You don't like the chair that come with it?
What are you talking about? I like these chairs better than your wooden ones. You're thinking of Cody.
Probably.
All right, back to your dick.
Okay, my dick.
Name of the movie.
Long and girthy, like this movie's going to be.
Oh, Jesus.
It's going to be sort of a think piece.
Man, when he does make X-rated jokes, he goes
It's like
all
the,
out.
It's like
Right,
the dam's
right.
open and it's
Yeah.
just like pervertedness.
Yeah, like once
I just can't wait for his mom to listen to this one.
I hate to say it, guys. She hasn't listened in the last few episodes.
What?
No, I'm joking. I actually don't know.
She's like one of our 2 loyal listeners.
But like I was
The other
saying,
one's Daniel.
this new guy, he's going about the case slow, methodically. And he doesn't seem to catch a beat on this other detective. Why is it taking him so long with this case? He observes his office. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything most of the day. He tries to follow him outside, but he seems to only go from work and home. And it just goes on for a little bit. And so on and so forth. Finally, he decides to search the guy's house. Search the other detective's house while he's at work. I did finger quotes again there. I know you guys can't see it, but I'll emphasize every time I do it. Decides to search this other dude's house. And when he gets there, he finds something in the basement that drives him insane.
What does he
Not
find?
insane. I'm being a little bit crazy here. But it's almost insane to the point of, what the hell? He finds a skeleton in the basement, chained up to a wall, with seems to be old, nicely made clothes with cufflinks of RB.
Oh,
I was thinking of the restaurant.
yeah, so did I.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. I'm with you.
When he goes to the cops to try and report the skeleton literally in the guy's basement, comes back, the cops, skeleton's gone. He's like, oh God, did I make it all up? Am I losing my edge? And so on and so forth. And it goes back and forth. This guy, like, he's already got a mark on his record. He can't afford to go forward with another bad case. So does he drop it? Does he decide to move towns again? What does he do? Then he doubles down, no, there was a body there, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this. And then he dicks around some more. And then come to find out, as he's going along, he happens to notice that the other detective is meeting up with a high-ranking police officer from the city. It seems they're at an old-fashioned diner having a discussion, hurriedly and
Wouldn't it be a regular fashion diner?
No, it's an old-fashioned diner, remember? It's one of the old places in this town that's trying to be a newfangled that they haven't updated yet.
But it's set in the 1950s, so
Yes.
wouldn't it be a new...
Be a diner from the 20s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he said.
Those aeromat things, where you put the thing in, the little door opens up. Dark City. Don't listen to him. Continue.
That was the gayest hand motion ever. Don't listen to him.
So this...
You sound like an elephant from a 1950s cartoon that's scared of a mouse.
So we then...
That's the best way to describe that voice.
Thank you.
He then decides to follow the policeman for a while. And then it goes, the policeman's driving out to the woods in his police squad car. And then he's like, why is he going out in the middle of the woods at night? And he sees him get there, and he pops open the trunk, and he grabs a shovel and a bag. He's hiding evidence. He has to be.
This is the first dick.
No, this is the second dick.
So what's
The second dick following the police
That's
officer.
what I'm saying.
So what's the second dick's name? Please let it be Richard.
Let's
Harry.
go Garfield.
Garfield Dick.
Garfield. Okay. No, Garfield Lohman.
Okay.
Garfield Lohman.
So he's a Jew?
Yeah, let's say that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a different time.
So,
It's weird saying it like that, but
you're
it doesn't
right.
matter.
It's weird saying it like that.
So who's... Okay,
I mean,
keep going.
The two of you look like you're gonna start a new war.
What
the fuck? What is he, a Jew? It's a different time.
I just wanted to know. Is he Jewish?
He can be. I don't really want to put religion in this movie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so he just because he has a name that could be classically a Jewish.
Okay,
man,
keep
it
going.
doesn't
So
matter. So he then gets in a tussle with the policeman, like, "You're hiding him. You're hiding the body," and then it's a dead dog instead of a body, and so on and so forth.
Can we not see the dead dog's body?
Yeah, you just see a tail.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Short, stubby tail.
Burying the dog. No, it's a long tail.
Okay, all right.
As he's burying the body, you see the tail twitch. Oh my god, he's burying a light. No, I'm joking.
That was dark. You would have lost right now.
Yeah, I know.
He's just trying to keep it light in the pitch studio.
Okay.
So we go on and on. This second detective seems to be losing his mind over this case. When eventually he breaks into the first PI's house and holds him at gunpoint. "What did you do? What did you do?
What's in the box?"
And then, confronted with death, the first detective saying, "It wasn't supposed to happen like this. It was supposed to be a week at most. It was a ransom gone wrong. He died as soon as we chained him up. And then we couldn't bring back a dead body and get paid. But then I had an idea. What if I was always on the case? What if I was always looking for him? Eventually I'd get my ransom." And this entire time, a ransom turning into another form of payment has been what's kept this case going for so long. This lady not being able to realize that the most likely scenario is he was dead the entire time.
So the detective was taking the ransom money. He'd already solved the case right away.
Well, he is the reason he was missing.
Oh.
So
yeah.
what were we calling the first dick?
You don't want a crooked dick. Sounds like a crooked dick to me.
Well, no, we called him Felix.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Felix. So right. Felix
Faust.
Felix took the guy, chained him up,
and was going to ransom him to his wife. He died before the transaction could happen. Well, he died before he could even send the ransom note.
See,
and he can't deliver a dead body and get paid.
I thought you were going a different direction. I thought you were going with
the mystery.
Felix.
Well, this is before Amazon. Amazon would deliver a dead body. The United States Postal Service will not.
I thought.
Have you tried?
Yes, unfortunately.
No.
I thought Felix was going to be the husband.
Shouldn't cost an arm and a leg, did it?
Sorry, their joke overshadowed your detective work.
Sorry.
I thought Felix was going to be the husband.
That was a thought I had when coming up with this idea, but I thought it'd be...
That his wife was the one with all the money, and the only way... He didn't want to be with her, and the only way was for him to leave, create this new...
Fake his own death.
Yeah, create this new identity, and then investigate, I'm using air quotes, his own disappearance.
Right, but so I thought of a little bit about that idea, but I like this other one better because then you wouldn't they'd have to meet all the time. She would have saw through with some cheap disguise and whatnot. So the idea that he, one way or another, he was going to get his ransom money and the lengths a man will go to keep a lie alive.
Okay, so who's playing Felix?
Who's the bald guy from Seinfeld?
Jason Alexander.
Alexander.
Fuck yeah, I like that. I like kind of like out of the box thinking on that one. I like that.
Okay, and then who's playing? Fuck, I forgot. Who's playing
Garfield?
Who's playing the young dick?
Garfield Loman.
Yeah.
What?
Jake Johnson.
No.
Every time.
He's a Jew, isn't he?
I don't want him too young. My mind went like Tom Holland like guy, but I don't want him looking too young because I want him.
That's way young.
Yeah, that's way young. So I want somebody like late 20s, early 30s.
Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because I want that size difference too. I want that. I want this short, stubby dick. I want this tall, lanky dick.
Who's playing Mrs. Rutherford?
I thought about this a lot.
Okay.
It was either going to be who played who's M.
Oh,
Judi Dench.
Judi Dench.
But I thought she might be a little too
expensive.
Expensive for one, and then
Dame
maybe a
Judi
little
Dench.
bit too old for this. So I wanted somebody a little bit younger.
Okay.
So I was actually thinking about one of the actors that played Aunt May. The Garfield Aunt May could work too.
She just passed away.
Sally
she did?
Struthers?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't her.
Yeah, Sally Struthers just passed away.
That wasn't. No, that's not Sally. Sally Struthers was the chick in All in the Family.
Wasn't it Marissa Tomei? That was the
That's Tom Holland.
Tom Holland's, right?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Shit, what was it?
It
So while he's
was
looking that up,
Sally Field.
Oh, my bad.
Sally Field.
My bad. So Sally Field as Mrs. Rutherford.
Yes.
Okay, then who do we got left? We got
Well, we only have those 3 known
no,
characters.
we got
So
who's the husband? Who's gonna play the husband?
Well,
Well, you don't see him.
Who's going to pay the dog?
Ooh, oh.
Ooh. Oh.
For some reason, I had the dog from Frasier, man. I'm like, nope, he's long gone. Who?
That wasn't a serious question for all of you who are trying to find
No, I
dog
was thinking
actor
about
names.
was Butler. I was thinking the guy who played Frasier.
The
Frasier?
guy-
Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
for the butler.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's set in the 50s,
Well,
in the 20s.
I think it's more of a city that like
It's more of the atmosphere of the city.
it's a city that evolved to the 1950s and then hasn't progressed anytime. So it could be like 2012. It's just the city happened to not evolve anytime. Like there's definitely no Wi-Fi. I doubt there's dial-up internet. They probably
so
It almost, to me, sounds like what people in the 1900s would envision the 1950s to look like.
exactly.
yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of the feel that I get for the
Yeah,
city.
yeah.
Okay. You doing black and white? You doing color?
I was thinking about for past scenes it'd be black and white. You know what? No, I'm gonna do the black and white with the occasional color, like Sun City. Like
Okay.
for like important scenes, like when the kid gets thrown off the roof by the
Jesus.
killer.
Keeps
like,
coming back to this.
He
Oh,
looks
yeah.
over and he has to look away, and you don't see the kid, but you see the red
Okay, that makes sense.
and stuff like that.
Okay, so he figures out that.
Like
That-
when he finds the body in the basement, the only color is going to be the gold cufflinks,
Okay.
Right.
stuff like that,
Right,
and,
okay.
or the dog's
cool.
tail would be like a blonde golden retriever. You could see that color.
I really liked how Sin City did that. So interesting.
Okay, so he figures out that Felix did it, and
And then
then
fucking Spirit ran into the ground. Did you watch that?
Mm-mm.
Don't bother. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know the movie. I just never got around to seeing it.
Don't you not missing anything. Sorry.
so then how is it resolved?
Well, the thing is,
Or is it
the case
just
is
like,
over
hey,
10 years old.
they figured out who it was and then cut to black? Or
Well, my idea, headcanon for this is, since it is my idea, is after the guy discovers the chained up body for the first time, Felix, like, I gotta get rid of this evidence forever. And this is when he throws it in an incinerator and it's like gone. There's nothing left. There is, like, this is before a certain amount of technology. This is about when a body could literally disappear.
okay,
So now he only has his word against an already established voice in the city of a guy, and it ends with the ruse continuing. But somebody knows.
okay,
The man was never a killer. Felix was. So he's never going to try and take the other guy out. But as long as he keeps a bigger name than him in this town, he's never going to get caught.
so it ends on a down note.
Which most noir films do. Cody hit that right on the head on the net. Hit the nail on the head.
Hit the dick on the head.
Hit.
Okay,
That is one of the only
And
scenes where two dicks fight in the movie, is because Felix hits Loman on the head with a frying pan, kind of squishes in the cap of his hat.
okay. Now you're getting.
I love how you just you pulled Loman out of your ass in a panic, and now you just say it with so much confidence. You're like, yeah,
Yeah,
Loman,
he's Loman now.
Garfield Loman, yeah.
Okay, what
Because theoretically, he's feeling low, man.
what's the title? We have a title.
The title is always a hard one for me, and that's why I usually would save it for when I'm with you guys.
Oh, what about like all seriousness? You know, you got like the long kiss goodbye. You got the hard goodbye. What about the hard one? Because it's the hard case. Like I was being serious.
The only idea I had is somebody's got to know. Somebody's got to know.
What about that? The dick only rings twice.
Somebody's got to know.
Somebody's got to know. Okay, Cody. I can say with complete confidence you're in the lead right
What's
now.
Felix Faust besides the DC character? Or is that what
The
you were
story?
referencing?
Yeah,
Felix
so Faust is known for making like devil's pacts. So, like,
So you guys
Faustian
were
agreements.
you guys were referencing the play.
Yeah.
Oh,
At least,
I thought it was like
at
a
least that
demon.
was my head. I thought he was going to go actually do something with like the Faustian aspect of a Faustian deal.
Gotcha.
No, this is a guy with just enough intelligence to figure some stuff out who wasn't good at his job.
Gotcha.
He got a name that made him sound prestigious, and he literally overheard, like, oh, so there was a guy that had knowledge that was Faust. Like, I make myself sound like a very knowledgeable guy.
Okay.
So it was a guy taking a name, he didn't know the context behind it. A guy trying to inflate his ego or his sense of worth with something he had no fucking clue.
Okay.
Sounds like Adam.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Adam, you going? Daniel, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll
You two want to fight it out?
Nah, he'd win.
Probably.
You want to naked wrestle? Yeah, no, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
You know what? I'd be down for that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, let's get the Chinese finger trap.
See?
God. Guy, when he
We're on a
lets
roll.
loose, he
I'm going to need a little bit of lube before we go there, Rack.
No, they may come out of plastic nowadays, so you don't have to worry about...
Have you
You ever
stuck
had
your dick
plastic
in anything
on your
that's plastic?
Adam's gonna need like a form-fitting one. They have like one of those connectors that goes from like a 1/4 inch to like an inch.
Yeah.
Speaking of form connectors, you guys have seen like the Clone a Willy things?
Yeah, I got one.
Do you know that they make a clone a pussy one now?
Yeah.
I just saw that the other
I
day.
don't have one of those yet, but
Yeah.
Tyler.
I know because I bought you that for a wedding present. From as far as I know, you still haven't even used it.
No, yet.
It'd probably be unsafe to use by now, right?
No.
Why would it be?
Well, but
It's just silicone.
some of those materials can expire if they're not used properly.
All I gotta say is like the tube is pretty long, and Adam only needs like, that much, so he could probably make
multiples.
2 or 3
a
of
whole
them.
bunch of
Yeah.
them.
You have an army of willies. Just saying.
I thought the idea of making art was not to make something that was disappointing.
God, when he fucking lets loose, he fucking lets loose.
Jesus, it takes him a while to get going. It's all those
Right.
bio breaks.
Would it be like a wife swap situation if like you did the clone of pussy and then loaned it out?
Oh.
Yeah, but you gotta have like a cleaning clause in the
Well, of
contract.
course, yeah.
We went... I'm sorry.
You started it.
You did start it.
It's all your
Well,
fault.
we're talking about dicks.
All right,
All right.
Daniel, let's hear your dick
All right,
story.
so here's my story. So we're gonna open up like cliche noir, like black and white, rain falling. We're gonna have like detective and a detective's outfit, like overlooking like this like campus, kind of like a college campus or university. It's gonna be very 1920s.
Is this actual
1930s.
1920s?
Yeah, actual
okay.
1920s.
Turn of the century, 1970.
That's right. Actual 1920s noir period, like Prohibition era, and we're gonna have him like doing the voice over the narration. It's like, there was vital information that was stolen from this facility. They thought they found the victim, and there was incredible violence afterwards. But no, they never recovered the information. And now possibly an innocent man stands accused. Nothing can be done for the victims now, but I have to find it. And we're going to kind of follow him as he starts, and we're going to do some world building. Like he gets in there, and we see some other characters, and gets into like this kind of this almost like military / like research compound, and he's going to start looking around, asking questions, trying to find this information that's been stolen. And about 15, 20 minutes in or so, we're going to like do one of those camera transitions where it's like following behind him, and he's going to walk past a different character, and the camera is going to like swoop and follow the new character.
Ooh, I like that.
And when we do the swoop, we're going to do like a transition where it's going to be, kind of following them, and then the character's going to like walk behind a tree, and then when the character comes out on the other side of the tree, the noir is all going to fade away. And instead of being like rainy, black and white 1920s noir, it's going to be like bombastic 1970s like Vice detective, the bright, loud colors. And we're going to follow this guy. And where detective number 1 was digging
Wow.
every week.
Put it
The
on
ringer.
vibrate.
I'm listening.
Jesus. You know what?
All right.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm completely out of the story. I can't do this
I know,
anymore.
right?
We'll have to try next time.
Give me the win, and we'll just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know Adam didn't come up
This
with
isn't
it.
fair. I put forward a solid effort.
I'm the wronged one here, Cody.
Damn it, Adam!
Next time, just do what I did. Call Adam's phone so the episode can end.
Okay, so we're going back to the 1970s, like Vice detective, like Miami Vice style, like super actiony,
Super gay.
and we're gonna find out that this guy was the friend of the person who's being accused.
The 70s detective.
Yeah, the 70s detective is the friend of the guy being accused of the crime.
So it's the same. It's the same case.
Same case.
Okay.
We're just dramatically changing times.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. And in this case, this guy is, he's doing the 1970s cop movie thing where it's like show up to someone who might know the information, beat the shit out of them, and then grab them. Tell me what I want to know.
The phone book method.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that several times, and he's going to start getting information to find out that the accused, when he was arrested, didn't have that information on him. So he's like, there must be justice for the accused, and I'm going to be the one to find it. And we're going to go a little bit more with that. And he's breaking the rules. He's throwing the badge out the window. And we're going to cross.
Does he have a mad sergeant that's like, damn it, Johnson, you can't be doing this all the time?
Absolutely, 100%.
Take my fucking gun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm so turned on right now.
Right, we're doing that cliche hard, right? And then we're gonna like do another walk past transition.
Can you have a thick Boston accent?
Sure.
You want my fucking badge?
My fucking badge.
Take my fucking badge. And then the chief's just like, yes.
My badge is in the car.
I parked the car with my badge.
I'll take this number. What this number?
Where's my khakis? I'll go get the badge out of the car.
I left my car keys in my khakis.
Damn it, Justin, I heard you got shot again. It's only a flash wound. I'm sorry, I don't have a good Boston accent.
No, you're right. That was pretty rough. Yes. All right. Okay, so we're going to do another walk-by transition. So we're coming to the end. The action movie cop's kind of putting it all together. And we're going to do another walk-by transition. And we're going to do a swoop. And then this guy's going to, again, walk behind, hopefully, the same tree. And we're going to lose all the color again. The color is going to drain out. And instead of going into, like, 1920s noir, we're going to go into, like, early 90s washed-out Gotham Batman.
Like literally, or just the feel.
Just that feel.
Right.
He's going to have like the mask and the cowl and kind of like a really simple kind of outfit. But we're not doing Batman. We're going real hard.
Royalty-free Batman.
Right, royalty-free Batman.
So,
we're trying
on the
real
level
hard
of,
on
like,
it.
Dick Tracy, stuff like that, right?
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. So this guy is going to go. The accused. The way that he got caught was there was some violence, and there needs to be justice for the victim of this violence. The accused stands trial, and the legal system will figure it out. But I'm the justice for the people who aren't getting justice.
I am the nighttime.
Damn it, I was going to say.
I like that a lot.
I am the late afternoon.
I am this town's nightlife.
No. I am the post-curfew.
I am 9:35 at the latest.
Right. So Mr. I am the curfew is going to go, and he's going to start putting
I work the 5 to 9.
He's going to start putting things together, and he's going to find out that the guy who the violence happened to was paid to start the violence with the accused person.
Okay.
As he starts putting all the pieces together. Okay. So, and he start having these moral quandaries about, like, oh, he was a victim because he lost that bout of violence, but he was in the wrong too. So we're going to see this moral quandary with this detective, and eventually he's going to come to a conclusion. We're going to find out what that conclusion is, and he's going to walk off
Past the same tree.
and we're going to do another swooping transition, and they're going to cross, and this guy crosses the same tree, and we're going to melt from 1950s Batman to modern day.
I want there to be a blooper on the blooper reel where someone like trips over a root sticking out of the ground. Motherfucker.
And this one's going to be shot almost like super suspense. I guess not fully modern, but like Seven kind of detective, where like very gritty, very real, suspenseful.
Are you doing the buddy cop, or are you still a single guy?
Still a single guy.
Okay.
Oh, we're following a single person through all of these things.
Okay, so every time it transitions, it's the same. He takes on a different, but it's still the same guy.
Different character.
Oh,
each one's a different character.
Okay, all right.
So we've got 4 different characters that are all playing detective.
Okay.
On the same case.
On the same case, and the environment is changing every time we switch perspective from one person to another.
Okay.
Okay? So this guy is going to be jittery, nervous, scared.
Gay.
This whole thing, Adam, right? So this whole thing is going to be like suspense, horror. He's going to be jumping at things that break in the alleyways. He's going to be running from... He's going to hear dogs in the background and go, oh no, they're after me. They're chasing me. He's going to run. And eventually he's going to get back to his apartment, and he's going to close the door, slam the locks, and he's going to walk up and have a folder, and it's going to say top secret confidential on the front of it. And he's going to say, this was left for me. I don't know what to do with it. I can't open it. I can't know what's inside.
If I know what's inside, I'm a dead man.
Exactly. Right? And here we're going to pull out, and we're going to do a whole bunch of like jump cut transitions to kind of tie up all 4 of the stories, right? Okay. We're going to swap between our noir detective, our vice detective, our Batman vigilante, and our horror victim. And we're going to kind of cut it all together. And we're going to put together the story between the 4 perspectives at that this person stole this information, paid off our victim to attack the accused. So when the accused won, the accused was arrested, and our suspect got away and stashed it. But our horror victim, our horror detective, finds the stash of information and then doesn't know how to proceed. Right? So all of these stories kind of culminate, and the 4 characters meet each other in the center of the campus, they're arguing, they're fighting, they're ready to come to blows. Some of them pull guns, and
Not Batman one.
Not the Batman one.
No, he pulls out a wombatarang.
A wombatarang.
Jesus.
No,
So
I think we're
he's
good
Australian?
just to go fisticuffs on.
Crikey, mate!
Right?
Put down the gun.
And your Australian's worse than his Boston. Holy shit!
My Sean Connery's better than you.
Your Sean Connery is
Hey, I would just like to say, I was doing an Australian person that's been in a coma for 40 years.
Oh, that makes more sense.
See,
okay, that makes more sense.
my character he has a backstory.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got our 4 characters, big climax. We're ready to have this big actiony blowout between the 4 cops with all different like perspectives, trying to solve different parts of the case. And there's going to be this ear-piercing, screeching sound that stops all 4 of them. And then there's going to be like this kind of stern, matronly like voice, you know, "Hey, you 4, knock it off right now!" And then we're going to like pan and we're going to swipe over the tree, and it's going to be modern day, and we're going to be middle of a schoolyard, and there's a teacher who is like beelining towards these 4 kids who are in the middle of the schoolyard, and the 4 kids are going to get hauled off to detention. And in detention, as the teacher is debriefing them, they're talking to them, we're going to find out that one of the kids stole the test answers for the final and lost it and paid off a bully to go beat up this kid.
Damn, paid off a bully.
And then when the kid beat the bully, that kid got suspended and isn't welcome back, and he's going to miss the final. And we're going to find out like it's their friends, and they're all kind of interconnected to these different people in different ways between different friendships. And our horror detective is going to be like, "I found the test and I don't know what to do with it." And he's going to turn the test over to the teacher, and the teacher's going to take it, and the 4 kids are going to get set free. And our last 20 or so minutes is going to be them like putting the parts of the story together with each other, and then the accused kid coming back and not being suspended anymore, and then the real person who stole the test gets expelled.
Is this at a private school?
That was a hell of a twist.
Sure.
Because I feel like this is at a public school. None of this would matter.
Why?
I
Got something against public schools?
went to public school.
I learned education real good at a public school.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter if it's public or private,
All right.
because it's our universe. We can set the rules how we want.
I graduated a long time ago.
Yeah, and then the final, like, as the credits are getting ready to roll, we're gonna see the world through each of the 4 detectives' eyes one more time, and like kind of like this. I'll have this like panorama shot where like we get behind the kid that's the noir detective, and he becomes the noir detective, and the world shapes into that, and then continues on and melts into the vice detective, melts into Batman, melts into the horror, and then finally ends in like the shot of the 4 kids in the school.
Okay, what do the 4 kids look like? Like, is the noir detective, is he sort of like a old-fashioned styled kid, where some like he's the kind of kid comes to school with a tie?
Yeah, he's got a cigarette in one hand, he's got Jack Daniels in the other.
But
Yeah,
you know
I mean,
what
he can. The thing with the noir detective, I do want there to be a smoking aspect, and I want the kid to always have a sucker or like a blow pop or something.
And then the 1970s horror.
He does a shit ton of cocaine.
Is he just like a rough and tumble kid and whatnot? And then the Batman one, you can see he's wearing a comic book, nondescript comic book T-shirt.
Yeah,
That.
you could do stuff like that.
Right.
You know, our horror guy is the neurotic kind of anxious kid.
Always in a hoodie.
Yeah, the Vice kid is the the Vice one. I want to literally have like Hawaiian T-shirts and be like Miami Vice kind
Wearing
of
a white
Tom
beater and a
Selleck
Hawaiian
style.
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do we have playing the
You know,
detectives?
this sounds exactly like something Ryan Reynolds would do.
Is it?
I would think Ryan Reynolds would star in this.
Yeah. I kind of like Ryan Reynolds as like the Batman like detective.
Okay.
I kind of like him more as the vice detective.
That'd be fine too.
Because the detective or when they're in that
Detectiveverse.
the detective persona, they look different than their. Because I'm assuming this is like high school. Okay.
It could be high school. It could be elementary school.
Okay.
Like that's kind of
Middle school.
it could be middle school.
I want the Boosh to be the noir.
Boosh?
Steve Buscemi.
Okay.
No, I was picturing Bill Hader because
Okay.
he would do his old timey voices.
Okay.
Ooh.
Bill Hader's good. I like Bill Hader for the noir detective. I kind of want Henry Cavill as like the action the Vice movie detective.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds is our Batman detective, and then we need someone who's really good at being neurotic. So I'm almost thinking like Jim Parsons for our horror detective.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better than Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You got a title?
Then you can get DeBoosh as the principal,
Okay. All right. Yeah.
since that's your new.
like
That's
the
your
Boosh.
Jake Johnson.
I like the boosh.
So I kind of want to nod to the fractured perspectives of the movie without giving away anything. So I think I want to do something like stained glass perspective or the stained glass case. Something like that. Case of the stained glass.
It takes place at a
School.
Christian middle school.
I don't know about that. I mean, Christian middle school's fine.
Well,
but
that's where you
what
get the
school?
stained glass.
So it could be the stained glass school. Ooh, I like that. Stained glass school. I like that.
Digging it.
Yeah.
I touched someone's foot. I just touched. No.
Did
Did I touch your foot?
You
No, that was my
stepped-
dick.
Oh, you asshole. Damn it. Daniel, you lost.
Oh.
Okay, go. Let's hear it. Let's hear it, Adam.
All right, Adam.
If you're doing a Pepperwood story, you have to do the accent.
No, I'm
What is,
not.
a,
I'm not
what is a
doing
Peckerwood story?
Pepperwood.
It's probably from one of the funniest shows ever. Anyway, so all right, so you're the head of the studio, right? So you want to make money, right? What's super hot right now?
I want to make money.
True crime podcast. So we're gonna film this like a true crime. Okay, so picture. Have you guys seen The Social Network?
No, I haven't.
Yes.
Does it
I know the
generally have it?
premise of it, but I don't know. I've never seen the movie.
Okay, so the cinematography was very close to like social networking. So picture like sodium vapor type lights, the like that type of look.
Okay.
The fades in, and it's just like it's a house. The camera's like in the you're gonna have to help me here. The omniscient.
Omniscient?
Omniscient. The
Omniscient?
godlike perspective. Okay, thank you.
Omniscient?
Omniscient.
Yes.
Yeah. You threw a couple extra syllables in there.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Floating through the house in the
Omniscient?
perspective, and is showing like this crazy murder scene. But it's not.
Crazy how? Like, oh, this couldn't possibly done
No,
by
no,
a
I'll
human,
wa-
or oh my god, it's so horrific.
Well, before you interrupt it. No, I'm getting there. So, like Cody pointed out, it's not Hollywood violent. It's like what you would see in pictures from a actual. So it's not like over the top. So the bodies are like laying down, like you would see in a normal true crime thing. It's floating through the house, and it's
In what position?
Omniscient.
omniscient
I was
perspective.
hoping you were going to say like missionary.
And then it fades to black
You could just say from a godlike perspective.
from a
Rule of
godlike
threes, Tyler. Rule of threes.
godlike perspective. It's flowing through the house. So then it shows the murder scene. It's got multiple victims. It fades out, fades into the title, fades back in.
What's the title?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
And then it fades
That's a
back
good
in.
name.
And the only person I
So
have.
can the fades be camera flashes?
No, that's too horror movie. They do that for horror movies. So
They also do that for photographing crime scenes.
the only person I have cast is the main character, Detective Timmons. He's played by Josh Stewart.
Okay, I thought you was gonna say Jake
Who's
Johnson.
No.
Josh Stewart?
Josh Stewart. He was Bane's right hand man in in Batman: Dark Knight Rises. He was the Collector. He was in the Collector. Have you seen? What other movie? But anyway, he in all of his movies. I don't know if it's makeup or if it's just him. Like he always has dark bags. He always looks like he hasn't slept in 5 days in all of his fucking movies. I don't know why. But anyway, so he's our main detective, and he's on this case. And you know the fluorescent. You hear the hum of the fluorescent lights. You know that really like just. You work in an office, so you know what I'm talking about.
You're
And
going to
then,
keep the lights off because of that.
so you got the desks that face each other. So his desk faces his partner's desk, and if they're not looking at the computer,
Oh, okay, yeah.
they're literally looking right at each other. And they're talking about the case, and his partner's case is talking about some dead body, some John Doe homicide that he found out in the woods, and he's working on it. and he's talking about how the boss is riding his ass because he hasn't solved this case yet. So he gathers up all of his papers and whatever, and he goes to the house. The crime scene is like a month old. So we see him go in the house. You know, it's still got the caution tape. He slides underneath the caution tape. He turns the light on. It hasn't been cleaned. The bodies are now gone, but the blood stains are still there, and they still got the little cue card deals that they put on the ground that marks the blood or the blood spatter or the bullet casings or whatever. So then he goes to the table and he pops out all of his papers and he's laying them out, and he walks in, and this is where we get the film noir monologue. So he walks in and he starts recounting the interviews in his head. And as he walks into the living room, it fades from him in the living room into the scene that he's talking about. So he's talking, and then he goes, you see the action according to this person. Then it cuts, and he's like, well, that can't be right because this person said, and then it fades into it, and then we see this. So it's basically he's recounting all these people's interviews and trying to piece together, well, this
does make sense.
Yeah, this interview of how this person remember is counterintuitive to this person, and then he starts talking. We see the murderer come into the house. The house. Oh, this is modern day. Sorry, the house has a Ring camera. We see the murderer come in, so we see the Ring footage, but we don't
get a face.
No, mask. We see no one leave, and then he starts talking to himself how he sees no one leave. Well, no one exits the Ring camera. Every house in the neighborhood has a Ring camera. We see
from front and back.
Yes, we see no one leave. And he's like, well, how do we know we escaping back because the backyard's got timber? Well, the late husband is a hunter, so he's got a bunch of motion censored hunting cameras. So it's like, is it possible that he got away through without being picked up? Yes. Is it likely? Not very likely. So he's like, we got the criminal coming, we got the murderer coming in, we don't have him out. So then he starts laying down, like on the floor. He goes, there was a dead body, this person, and then it fades to the night they get the call. So he comes in, and he's coming into the hot crime scene. So you got the guys taking the photos, and then you got the coroners coming in, and he's talking to his buddy. His one buddy's a coroner. You know how they do that, like, hey, Frank, fuck, what's up, motherfucker?
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
That type
Thanks,
of talk.
man.
And he's like, hey, Frank, who's this? And he goes, oh, this is Steve Sweeney. He goes, what jurisdiction are you from or whatever? I haven't seen. He goes, well, because of COVID, we're having staffing crisis, blah, blah, blah. So I'm being pulled. I'm from 5 counties over.
Okay, so this isn't today. This is set the monetary really past.
No, it's still set today, but it's just because it's still staffing crisis in the healthcare industry.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, I'm from 7 counties over there. That's how far back we. And he's like, okay, all right, whatever. So he's going through it, and he's trying to just figuring everything out. The movie's coming to it. He can't figure. He goes, everything's accounted for. He's like, he's accounted for everything, except he can't figure out how the murderer got in, because he's gone through every house. He's seen literally the murderer's car. The murderer drove the car. He sees the car come up on every Ring camera in the neighborhood. He sees it pull up into the house. He sees the guy get out. He sees him coming. But how the fuck do I not see him leave? The murderer's car is still here. Where did this murderer go? There's no murder weapon. We see him wear a mask into the house. We haven't found any mask. And then
They haven't found clothes that matches what he was wearing either.
right. And then he gets a call from his partner, and he finds out that the dead body that he was investigating was Steve Sweeney. And then he puts it together that one of the dead bodies that was on the ground was the actual murderer.
Yeah, so he was sawing
So,
it.
well, Halloween H2O it.
Okay.
So
Was he looking through a round window?
There has to be a round window scene if we're gonna.
So what had happened was the murderer. I mean, this is probably the most fictitious part of it.
So he
Somehow,
Well,
pulled,
like,
he pulled
the
a
thing-
saw?
What?
You pulled the saw where like he was faking.
So in the middle of it, he ends
So
up.
yeah, just ignore what he just said.
So he kills Steve Sweeney, dumps his body out, and he ends up getting away as pretending to be Steve Sweeney because no one in this county knows who Steve Sweeney is. And that's the body that his partners the homicide that the partners investigate. So he put it together that when they were all there investigating the crime scene, instead of 5 dead bodies, there was actually only 4 plus the murder. The murderer never left. The murderer was there when they were investigating.
Let me get. He has the ability to slow his heartbeat to such a degree it would appear that he was dead.
No, maybe he took some sort of medicine or chemical that had slowed it down.
So would he have cut himself up to look like he was also died from whatever killed? Okay. An eternal knife.
Eternal night.
Knife. So he hit the weapon in his body.
So
In the butt.
So, is there a reason for this, for him to commit this crime, or is he just like one of those people that, like Leopold and Loeb's, just like, I want to commit the perfect murder, no one can stop me?
I don't know who Leopold Loeb is.
2 kids from Chicago in the 1920s that got bored, so they decided to murder and capture their cousin because they were smarter than all the other people in the entire world, and they got caught within like a week.
Yeah, I remember that. Dugo on did a podcast on it. I don't know what for you guys. What's more of an interesting motive? Just killer born or killer made? I mean, what do you find more interesting?
Oh, killer made for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
What's the argument? What is? I think I get, but what's technical definition of each of them?
It's. So did the people that he murdered, did they do something to him? Or like...
or is he just a sociopath
like,
in Saul's situation?
Okay, but what I'm saying, killer made is the... Okay, they did something, so they made me a killer, making them kill him.
Yeah.
Right, well, that was probably a wrong analogy. I said, but killer born and killer made is more like, was the Joker just born a fucking psychopath, or did he just have one bad day?
All right, so you like the idea of more of the outside influences caused him to become a killer, besides the fact that he was just crazy the entire time.
Well, I'm asking you guys. I mean, we can come up with a reason.
To me, it's scarier. Just like what's the movie where like those people are attacked? I think they're attacked in a cabin and like they're asking like, "Why did you do this?" And they're like, "Because you were home."
Yeah.
Like to me, like that's 1,000 times scarier when you just have someone that's like that to. You know, they just want to create chaos for chaos' sake.
I respect that, but I don't agree with it. Like, I respect...
Well, fuck you!
I mean, I respect that people find that scary, but to me, that is like the cop-out answer when you're writing the script. It's like, oh, why did they do it? Because I can.
Wait, some people, Mr. Wayne, just want to watch the world burn.
Right?
That
like,
was not a very good... That was like a weird southern accent.
Right, that did not sound like Michael Caine at all.
That was good, okay.
Yeah. So, I like the having a motivation. I like the one bad day idea where something happens and this person snaps and you can see the reasoning behind it. The Joker. I loved Joaquin Phoenix's Joker.
I still haven't. I gotta watch it.
It's so. If you haven't seen it, it's so
they're
good.
coming out with your favorite Harley Quinn in the next one.
Yeah, but I like Lady Gaga.
I guess I was taking it as like the people did something that caused this person to snap, not like an unrelated thing technically.
Fair.
Well,
but
at what point does it come from killer made to just because? Like, you can have an initial thing like, okay, it caused him to come like this. At what point does one become the other?
And that's one of those questions that I Spit on Your Grave brings up in the later sequels.
What'd I do to you?
That was stupid.
That was I couldn't think of a good joke comeback. Like it was that bad. I was like, oh, nothing.
Dick.
So like in I Spit on Your Grave 3, it's back to the girl from the first one, and she's continuing to do like the vigilante killing for all the people who slighted her, but then it starts like bringing up like, well, are you just perceiving these slights? Are these really death-worthy slights? Or, you know, they start asking, like, what is the case of your mental illness? And they kind of leave it ambiguous, but in the end, they kind of lean towards these people didn't deserve to die. They didn't do anything wrong. You are in the wrong because you know, when you become a hammer, everything looks like a nail kind of idea.
Like same argument. Are you judge, jury, and executioner? Is it revenge or is it justice?
Right.
All that type of argument. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. We can do it to where like the people in that party, maybe it wasn't actually a party. Maybe it was a drug deal. Maybe it was some head of CEOs.
No, I don't make it sympathy for the devil.
Well, no, I don't like sympathy from the devil, but that's the reason why someone would kill someone for it.
Yeah, I kind of want it to be somewhere in the middle. Like, I don't want the sympathy for the devil, like, where the people who died were bad people. I want them to be perceived as bad people. Like,
okay, here's a good...
Like, maybe, like, cut off in traffic and he drops his hot coffee and he burns himself.
Here's a good example. Real-life example. Names redacted.
Mm-hmm.
I work at a medical facility. Person was... You shut up because you're going to know who it is. Person was fired due to negligence, okay? So the employer has the right to... The employer now has to enact consequences on this employee due to negligence. Not just he or she made a mistake. It was negligence.
Right.
So now this employee has consequences for he or she's actions. They are talking to my wife/husband, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And this person is saying it's retaliation. And I laughed and said that this person doesn't know the difference between retaliation and consequences for their own actions. So to this person, the employer is the bad guy.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I like your killer's motivation to be some sort of perceived, like, misconception on, like, the situation at hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
The whole point was that this person, our Detective Timmons, Josh Stewart, it's, you know, instead of you see the movie flow from A to B, you start at F, and then he comes into the house and he goes to point A. And he'll reenact it the way the interview was, and you're like, well, now wait a minute, this is against what D is, and so we'll watch point D, and you're like, no, that doesn't make sense because of H over here. So then it's like we're watching. It's kind of like the whole idea that witness testimony isn't the best evidence in a case.
That part makes me really excited for your movie. Like, that scene alone, where he's putting together like the pieces of the interviews, and like in my head you seeing them almost like translucent ghosts or like wisps of things as he's putting everything together. Like, that scene makes me really excited. That's a really cool looking scene.
At least 6 foot tall. No, this guy's like 5'5".
And there's certain things. There are certain things that are in each interview that he knows is fact. So I didn't say it because in my head it's like they all talk, because there's a grandfather clock in the house, and they all talk about, well, when I heard the grandfather clock, this has. So that's the tying thing that he knows, like, well, this is true because they've all reported this sound at this time. So that's like his anchor at this, and then he's able to figure out, like, or at least as much as you can figure out.
So who's playing Sweeney?
That's a good question. Just because I don't like his golden face. I mean, he's really good looking, but maybe it's more my insecurities as a deeply closeted gay man. I don't know.
You're a deeply closeted gay man?
No, I'm not gay. Not Glenn Campbell.
Glenn Powell?
Glenn Powell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he deserves to die in a movie, doesn't he?
Ride his coattails?
Why not?
From Twisters?
Yeah, because my 16-year-old daughter, hey, I'm going to see Twister again tonight. I said, you've already seen it twice. Yeah, I got to see that sexy meat of a man, Glenn Powell. I'm like, you are 16 years old.
She does know that you could probably just YouTube
over
that
a hot
scene.
lady when you was 16?
No, because he's gay.
I'm not gay. So Glenn Powell Sweeney, and then yeah, I mean that's really the only main. I just really wanted Josh Stewart because he's got that. I don't know if it's just him or whatever, but
it looks like
every
in all the pictures I scroll through on IMDb.
It just looks like he's never had any sleep.
It looks like every time he's about to fall asleep, someone wakes him up.
So like he'd be perfect for a detective that's just like overworked and into like going on his 12th pot of coffee for the day just to get through the day.
Okay, what's the title we're going with?
I don't know. I don't. What
Connection.
Connection.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to because I keep going back to that scene, like Daniel said, the where like he's kind of replaying all the. I wanted something related to that because I think
clock strikes 11.
Him kind of going back and forth and reviewing everything is going to be like the major
comparison
part of that movie. So I would something related to that. I just can't think of
timeline.
Yeah, I keep coming back to like a spider idea because it's like this interwoven like spider web of stories. Yeah. So like some sort of spider analogy, like
we change it from a dude to a female, Madam Web.
Oh my god!
I was thinking like Widow's Web was the thing that had stuck in my head, but we don't have a female like character anywhere.
And we can easily gender swap Josh Stewart, but it has to be.
No, I was just being smart.
No, I like. What was your idea? Web what?
Widow's Web.
Widow's Web.
Well, why can't you swap out the Glenn Powell character for? Then you have the femme fatale character.
Oh yeah.
I mean that would be fine too. Or you change the dude's name and his name's Detective Widow or Detective Webb or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect noir name.
Men could be widows too.
They're widowers.
That's true. Cody
Cody goes back to whatever he was doing.
Whatever. I thought I was making a smart point. But...
Yeah, whatever. Fuck you.
Okay, yeah, I like because that's a perfect film noir.
But if you made Glenn Powell's character Webb, would that give away the twist? Would you have to make the...
No, the detective's last name is Webb or Widow or Webb or what is it?
Widow or Webb.
Yeah,
whatever.
Like that.
Okay, so I forgot the guy's name. Our main guy.
Detective Webb. We changed it.
Okay, all right, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
Detective Weber.
He's not doing grilling. I had to think real quick. Was Weber the grill or this kitchen sink?
I was thinking the dictionary.
Oh,
Webster's.
Oh, that was another idea I tossed around.
God damn it. I lost all my credibility this episode.
You were going so well. I mean, you had all the great sex jokes.
Yeah.
And then he
You didn't lose by 1 point.
No,
he lost by a lot.
I didn't lose by 1.
You lost
and nobody was in the negative that game.
You lost by a series of ones. Okay. All right. So we've got Cody's chained up husband mystery. We've got Daniel's sort of multiversal, all-in-one universe detective story.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we've got Adam's surprisingly good detective story.
Right.
Your movie reminds me of like an episode of was it Kids Next Door? They were no.
Yeah, it was Kids Next Door.
The superhero kids?
Oh, it was Kids Next Door. They did they're stealing a birthday cake.
No, what I'm saying, but they were the superheroes, right? They had one. They were all numbered.
Yeah,
for some reason,
it was more like a secret organization of kids fighting against the tyranny of adults.
Yeah, the original inspiration was like my idea was like, what if Breakfast Club was a mystery?
Oh,
and then I'm like, okay, so how do I make that a mystery? And that's kind of where this idea evolved from.
Gotcha.
So, Cody, you're last. I hate to say it. I liked your idea.
That is like cold. You were cold as ice.
I know.
Man.
What'd you want me to say?
I don't know.
I wanted you to say Adam was last.
Yeah.
No, because
Is Adam first?
Adam's got that scene, like Daniel said, that I really would like to see.
Oh yeah,
That
so good.
I can't believe he came up with it on his own. Like I feel
But
like
I have a scene where a guy hits another guy on top of the hat and flattens his head
with a frying pan.
with a frying pan.
What are you doing?
And you're gonna bury a dog alive?
Yeah, you're gonna kill a fucking dog.
I said I retracted that.
You're
Maybe it's something we can do at the next turn of the century, around
Yeah.
2050 or something.
The idea that I always found good about noir movies, and all movies sort of set no time period, is they had a timelessness to them. To a certain point, they outlived the modern era they was made in.
doesn't every movie outlive the era that it was made
But
in?
what I mean is, you was making movies based in an era that technically never existed.
So you mean it wasn't antiquated? Some movies do get antiquated, like Gone with the Wind is antiquated. I mean, it's a time capsule of that time period, but it's very like the way how people are treated, the definite some of the words they say are antiquated. Whereas some movies,
Well, you know what? Frankly, I don't give a damn.
that's
And then Daniel, I really, really like yours. I do. I like the idea of the swooping and the changing of the styles. The only thing that is causing you to be second is I didn't like I wanted it to be like just set in like the adult world, I guess. Like when I think of mystery, like don't get me wrong, I like the twist, but when I think mystery, I'm expecting like adult centric and
No, that's
everything like that.
Yeah.
So you won.
Yeah, I can't be upset about losing to Adam because that Adam's idea was really good.
Like I said, yeah, I was with you, right? Like, and there's still something that I would gladly watch, and even with that twist, I'd be like, oh, it's still really good. But when I think like mystery and stuff like that, I think of like the detectives, adults, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw the moment I lost you.
Sorry,
That's all right.
you can get me back.
okay.
To just work really, really hard.
Not too hard. I don't
Okay.
want you to like rip it.
I have three.
Why can't we stop talking about dicks?
You're
the
the
one
one that
that
keeps
did
bringing
it.
it up.
You opened the door.
I don't think Daniel mentioned the word dick at all.
I have not said
And
the word dick once.
Surprisingly, Adam didn't mention dick at all.
I had a dick in my
What do you
mouth.
mean? They
so I
talk
couldn't.
about detectives all the time.
You said dick at least 10 times.
Okay, so I have three ideas.
You get to pick one.
I know, but I want you guys to,
So you're saying we get a multiple choice?
multiple choice.
All
But
right.
you have to, it has to be unanimous. You can't be like, oh, well,
I swear to God, Adam, this is another think piece.
Adam, just
No.
pick one.
Okay, so here's idea number one. You take a random inanimate object.
Dildo.
Shove it up your ass.
And, no, and you have to take it serious. No comedies.
Okay.
You have to turn it into a horror movie. Example.
Like rubber.
That light switch. That light switch was once attached to a electric chair at Bowling Green Prison, and Daniel, for some reason, put it in his
House.
So the
You're doing the where car from
so the
Futurama.
so the concept
but straight man.
so the concept can be stupid, but you have to take it. It can't be like
Okay.
it can't be a horror. The concept can
so
be
we
stupid.
can do levels of evil bomb.
Yeah, the whole idea is taking a stupid concept and doing it as seriously as you can. Or option B, you take Hannibal, Quincy, the tri-state area, and you make a Goonie style movie out of it. It's gotta be.
I already did that one with the caves and my magical
Did we
cat.
do that one?
Well,
We sorta did.
We did
Okay,
it when we
okay, all right. Scratch that. Here's
with my
option.
magical cat.
Here's
played
option
by
B.
Anthony
Yeah, I
Hopkins.
cast you
I
out.
cast you
Okay.
out.
The best joke ever
Here's option
on
B.
podcast.
Here's option B. You take My Little Pony, Transformers, Game of Thrones, and you write an episode for one of the opposing fandom.
Well, the problem is there have been My Little Pony Transformers crossovers.
Nope, they can't. No, you're not bringing your fandom in at all. You're not allowed to touch your fandom.
So we have to write an episode to the level of when Daniel made that Harry Potter.
Use all your knowledge.
Fuck.
You can use all your knowledge.
Expecto some bullshit or whatever you said. Oh my god.
Use all your knowledge of the dead air, and you write an episode of whatever. The only rule is you're not allowed to pick your fandom. So it's either the.
Why does mine have to be Game of Thrones?
Which one?
Why can't it be Doctor Who?
Okay, Doctor Who.
I don't know. I
You
still
can't
like.
write
I
the
still
Doctor
like.
Who though.
I still like the first option.
I like the first option
Okay,
too.
that's what we're
What
doing.
was the first option?
Inanimate object horror movie. The concept can be ridiculous and over the top, but you have to take it. You have to make it as serious as you possibly can.
I already know what I'm doing.
Basically, the idea is like you got a head of a studio who swears this will be $1 billion idea, and he's giving you like, yeah, this light switch used to throw this electric chair, and you're like, this is the dumbest fucking idea, but he's paying for it, so I got to make it as seriously as I can.
All right.
An animate object horror movie.
Got it.
All right.
Or thriller mystery, but it's got to be on the darker side of.
Sure.
Right.
All right. Well, tune in to the next.
Oh,
previous...
and I want to thank Satan. Sorry, I always thank Satan. Sorry.
Real dark.
Yeah.
What?
All right.
Real dark.
You've been listening to.
I'm dyslexic. Santa. Sorry, I want to thank Santa.
Hey, have I ever told you my Nazi knock knock joke?
No, that hurts. Stop.
Yeah. All right. You've been listening to previously on a Damage Control
Hey, Cody.
podcasting production.
Do you want to hear my Nazi knock knock joke?
No.
You check out new episodes every Monday on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. And make sure that you check us out on our social medias on Facebook, X, Instagram. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Adam, push the button.